Okay, so do I actually think you'll hate me for saying this? Yes, I do. I do think some of you will genuinely hate me for telling you the cold hard facts here today, because crypto, unfortunately, is full of people with great ideas, great ambitions, but unfortunately lack practicality, which means that you have a portfolio where it might say, hey, you're going to make $10 million at the end of this bull run, but most of you actually, statistically, a large majority, 90+%, will actually just have that as a dream and regret many things this bull run, like we've seen in the past. But today, I'm going to give them to you, so hopefully at least one, that's all I want, at least one of you to take the information on board and come out at the end much better off because of it. We're talking about your life savings here. We're talking about money. Let's get straight into it. Today's video is not meant to be long. It is not meant to confuse. It is meant to educate, and that is in part due to the fact that I've spent 20,000 hours in crypto, in this chair, matter of fact, most of it anyway, researching on your behalf, making mistakes, losing money to bring you this sort of content. So make sure, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here, guys. That is what I do around here, is to break down the barriers, break down the misconceptions, and bring you the no BS crypto truth. So I've got about 3 different things I need to address today that will make you, trust me when I say this, part of the statistic where most people lose money. And think about it. If, let's just say 0.5% of the people in crypto, maybe even less, make millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, don't you think that a large majority of people, like you and I, unfortunately, the average hardworking person is going to have to lose money? Well, of course, the answer to that is yes. And they do this strategically. They do this to convince you market's going to go up further or down further. Let that sink in. You have to be solely convinced a direction is set in the market, up or down, panic or get FOMO, and then you end up, of course, falling for their trap. They usually do the opposite of whatever the narrative is because they form the narrative. They know what they're doing. That's besides the point. I'm already off on a tangent, so let me get straight back on track. The first thing I need to address here, probably one of the most important things that you are doing wrong that you need to start addressing immediately. What is it? Guys, it's price predictions. Now, there's 2 sort of things I've found most people face in crypto. The high market cap coins, where most of us are actually over ambitious with our price targets, which means people think Solana is going to go to $2,000, which most of us that have been in the industry for a while know that is mathematically next to impossible. And for the coins outside, probably the top 100, maybe even top 150 and down, we're likely looking to be too under ambitious or too conservative with our price predictions. And obviously, while that first example is obviously bad, right? If you think Solana's going to $2,000, it ain't going to $2,000. XRP ain't going to $100 this cycle. Sorry, XRP fans. And these sort of things are obvious, right? We all know that this is sort of crazy and ambitious. The thing is, though, what really screws people is being too conservative with the lower market cap coins. And why this is dangerous is because there's nothing wrong with being conservative. I really do push that. But where you end up facing the issues is not actually setting in stone your sell numbers, your sell levels. Okay, so Flux's price, for example, today is 50 cents. Okay, so Flux has been as high as $1.50 before. It's very easily going to go to $5. And I agree with you. $5 for Flux is no problem, I think, non-financial advice. So you said $5 is your sell level, but you don't actually put in the exchange your sell levels themselves. So what happens? $5 comes around, you think, oh, that hit pretty easy. Of course, the bull run's going up. Prices are moving up. Flux hit that pretty much overnight, jumped from like $2 to $5. You're thinking, well, that was easy. I might make it $20. You're now thinking, unfortunately, with the green goblin in the back of your mind chasing gold. So that green goblin in the back of your mind's thinking that $5 price target and that push that it made to that level is going to continue up and continue up forever. You don't realize that things have to come down as well and may not go up to that level again. So you, of course, set the higher price target, which means that because you were so conservative with your price target initially and didn't set levels, you think it can continue to go higher and higher and higher. And I guess the moral of the story here, won't set your sell levels, whether they are realistic or not, which will screw you over. It is much easier to come down with your sell levels, okay, than it is to go up with your sell levels. Because going up with your sell levels, being more optimistic about the coin's price action, means that you have to have some sort of confidence, like materialistic confidence, not just, hey, the coin did 50% plus yesterday, that means it should be able to do 50% plus tomorrow. And if it doesn't have that real, actual, true increase in value, then you're just wishful thinking, okay? That's why I look for things like roadmap events in these projects, because the roadmap events should, hopefully, give a lot of the projects an extra boost at a time when maybe it would begin falling out of interest, which means the price won't go up and recover. Now, look, I'm not saying this sort of stuff because I want you guys to panic or I want you guys to go set your sell levels. As you can tell, This literally has no impact on my life whatsoever. I could not care at all at the end of the day if you set these sell levels up or not. I just want to see people succeed. That's all that matters to me. I want to go in my private community at the end of the bull run and have a massive party with everyone in there because we've all made it. We're all part of the small statistic that makes money. Now, I'm telling you guys on YouTube here, and I'm preaching to you because I want to see as many of my followers succeed as possible. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, this negatively impacts me because the next thing I want to quickly discuss here, backing off that, is that you need to be realistic with these sell levels. Now, I wouldn't say that, okay, if I wanted to make money from you. Because if I want to make money from you, I need to convince you prices are going to go to 1,000x. That way you continue to buy at prices I am selling, front running, basically. But I want you guys to understand something very important. I need you to front run the rest of the market. Think about it. There is no point in you continuing to buy and buy and buy when that narrative behind a coin, let's say ICP, we've got all these amazing articles coming about ICP. They've relaunched this whole new AI thing on the blockchain and it's this amazing upgrade, and all of a sudden everyone's buying in and the articles are going and YouTube videos are happening because of course we follow whatever the current trend is. We are view chasers. Okay, so what ends up happening? Prices going up, extremely bullish momentum. That's what we need to be considering. Selling. There's no point in us believing that hype will last forever. We become exit liquidity. So at that point, we have to front run the rest of the market. The rest of the market here being retail, being dumb money, excuse the term, but it's true. Most people are unfortunately in that sort of large statistic. Therefore, they end up following the narrative, following the trend, do the opposite and front run people. Now, of course, my job here is in the private community. I'm very transparent about the levels I sell at. I think prices can go up here, but I'm selling down here. Why? Because I'm just trying to achieve my goals and get out. I'm not trying to make $1 billion. I'm trying to make my goal, my target. I couldn't care less about the money I'm missing because I made all this money to achieve what I need to achieve and call it a day. I'm very happy about that. Now, another thing that will put you in that statistic is meme coins. Now, meme coins specifically are dangerous because a lot of you are putting ungodly amounts of money, especially money you can't lose, into these things. I just want to stress very briefly here, it's obvious, but please be very careful with meme coins. There's a very big narrative about meme coins going around right now, how they're the most fair thing in crypto, and meme coins are like the true definition of crypto and decentralization and so on. But guys, I want to stress a very important point made by a channel favorite, channel guest, as well as someone who I do admire, Credible Crypto. He was on a sort of panel or podcast or a show recently where he made a very important point about meme coins. The idea about meme coins being this decentralized, fairly launched project where all the tokens are out in circulation, no VCs are getting their dirty, stinking hands on the coins. Well, guess what? Believe you me, the meme coin cabal, the people in charge, the people with networks and networks of very wealthy individuals and friends, guess what they're doing? They're buying these meme coins when they're at $10,000 market caps, $100,000 market caps, even $1 million market cap. They're buying up large chunks of the supply, and they're smart. They buy it in many different wallets, mind you, and then they go out and they preach them to you, and they push them on their pages, on their Twitter accounts, and make articles about them. They push the marketing, convince you to buy them, and they dump on you. Now, I don't know about you, but the projects we talk about on the channel over here, they have vesting schedules that are beneficial to us as retail because VCs won't have access to their tokens for a very long time, and the small amount they do won't actually impact the project because if you think about it, VCs don't want to kill the token because they don't want to ruin all the 90% of the tokens they'll be getting over the next, let's say, 8 or 9 years for the next bull market by destroying the reputation of the project by dumping all their tokens and killing the coin. So there's levels to this. And I want to say, with the beauty of meme coins, and I do think that they're fun and they're a casino, and yes, you got their own little plan and strategy behind them, just be very careful. Be very careful. It's crypto. Meme coins are the true definition of degenerate behavior. Nothing underpins these coins. So please, don't be putting any large sum of money into these coins. I shouldn't have to say this. It's not financial advice. Do what you bloody want with your money. But for those of you who are hearing this for the first time or about to put some stupid amount of money into a meme coin, hopefully it's been able to screw some sense into you. And you know what? If you really want to put some money in there, put something you're willing to lose in there. That's all. Next up, and I do have a bonus at the end here as well, is following influencer calls. I know. Oh, Karen, you're an influencer. What are you talking about? You're just telling me all this stuff here. Really? I'm going to tune off now because it's an influencer telling me not to listen to influencers. You're very funny. I get it, right? It's an influencer telling you not to listen to influencers. But I truly mean that. Don't even listen to what I'm saying. Do your own research. Plan. Think about things critically for a second here. But all I will say, and I'm trying to break down the barrier because I guarantee if I met you down the street, we'd have a beer and we'd become very close friends, all right? Because I'm a regular person just like you that happens to have about 100,000 followers which is kind of crazy to think about. Don't listen to influencers, guys. I'll tell you right now, most of these guys, including myself, on many different topics, have no idea what we're talking about. Not that we truthfully know that, because I think that I've done a lot of research into the things I have to know a lot about what I do know. However, it's so new. The industry is that brand spanking new. No one's going to know actually what is going to happen next. Truthfully, it's a speculation environment. We all know this. None of it's built on anything supportive at all. All right. Even Bitcoin's built on a belief. There's nothing really truly that underpins Bitcoin apart from the idea of what it could become. Okay, if you think about it. And so at the end of the day, we're all just here trying to make sense in our own way of what's happening. So please don't be going out there listening to these crazy price predictions. I mean, some of them might actually happen, some of them might not. That's why over here we do things like follow the GGR zones, the green, gray, and red zones, trying to find zones of liquidity and selling realistically. But at the end of the day, one of the most important things you can take away from this video is just simply look for a coin that's in a very bullish narrative of this bull run, AI, gaming, deep in, real world assets, DeFi, meme coins even, right? And then picking your poison, picking your coin based on its uniqueness in that area. So finding the areas with the most interest and finding the coins that are the most interesting. Doesn't have to have the best tech, let me tell you that right now. It's all speculation. And sit and wait. There's going to be ups and downs. Your coin's going to be going down. The market's going to be going up. Your coin will go up. The market's going down. You think it's the best coin in the world. Vice versa. But at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, just be patient. Its time will come. You're just going to have to follow step one and know when to sell and be realistic about that. And lastly, guys, be careful where you stick your money. You could do everything right, put your money on an exchange, get hacked, and lose it all. Actually, hacks are happening quite a lot right now. So what I'm going to tell you is I use two particular exchanges. One's actually a brokerage. I personally use, okay, we're partnered with both these guys, but I've been using these guys for 12 plus months before I even partnered with them. And I'll tell you the strategic reason why. I use one of these, my brokerage, as like the brains. I bring money in and out of crypto free. Don't charge any money for bringing money in and out of crypto from my bank account, where I have someone who I actually talk to personally. I'm associated with someone. I send them an email. Hey, mate, can you do this, that, and the other? Trade this, set these sell levels, transfer this out of my account, blah, blah, blah. And it all happens. So it's very personal. All right. Those of you who are a bit older, or those of you who don't want the complexities of getting their account number wrong, these guys do it all for you. And better yet, it's extremely secure. It's actually institutionally grade secure. And they use Fireblocks to store your crypto on a cold wallet, off-chain, secure, safe, but still liquid. So the beauty of all this is that at the end of the day, you have someone to talk to. Plus, the only way you can get money out of your account into another crypto account is by transferring it to another one of your exchanges, okay? And the beauty of that is the fact that if you get hacked and someone gets in your emails and types away and says, hey, I want to do this transfer, blah, 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 they can only transfer it to another one of your exchanges, and that requires a second way they have to get into your next exchange. So it is extremely secure. And that is Caleb and Brown. Of course, links down below. You guys get bonuses for signing up with my link, of course. Go ahead and use these guys. I swear I use these guys for about 90% of my portfolio. It's very, very safe. And the second one, the exchange I send my money to when I want to do a trade or then send money out to someone else, for example, is CoinW. Now, we're running a campaign with CoinW right now, guys. The first 100 people to sign up to CoinW with this campaign will be able to win up to $50,000 by trading futures, and you get free Ondo for just signing up and just depositing some cash. Of course, links are going to be down below. Go ahead, guys. I mean, like I said, I'm not partnering with someone I don't actually use. So please treat this very carefully. These 4 things are super important to get right in the crypto. And I can guarantee people listening to this right now will choose to ignore some of it, unfortunately, and be part of that statistic. Matter of fact, if this video gets over 10,000 views, that's like what, 50, 500-ish people that will actually probably take this on board and make good money. The rest of yous, unlikely to. Let's think smart here, guys. Let's make some money. Talk to you all soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.